there stood a great tree, which grew o'er the grasses indomitably, who said, Tree, thou art strong and revered, ne'er forgotten, whereas we of each year all grow sallow and rotten. How you grow in dimensions, all three, and then more, of your height and your shade, who canst but adore? While we of each autumn shall once more regress, thou grip tight to thy leaves, that in snow you've no less. Now you've numerous leaves, some of age, some of youth, so the old teach the young about beauty and truth. And thy roots, they are thick, and they fill up the earth. Sure the globe may have crumbled were it not for thy birth. Oh, what canst we ask, but that we be as thee? Oh, stalwart, capacious, majestic, great tree! Though the praise of the field could not be refuted, the tree, he grew saddened, and his speech became muted. He just gazed at the sky, and he gazed woefully at the billowy white which had shunned gravity, at the cities thereon, and the people therein, who knew all, felt all, tuned to Apollo's din, by which chorus they drifted in light they'd been lent, and those sleeping on wind dreamt not of firmament. The tree, then on seeing, with tears heavy he cried, through the veins of his leaves and to the heavens he sighed. Oh, what canst I ask, but that I be as thee, oh, light-hearted, peaceful, immortally free? The tree drew within himself, and his branches all bowed, and he stood heavy with thought drawn about as a shroud, for a long moment of time, till the sun had sojourned, and the moon rose up high, and the fireflies returned. Then the world about him, just of sleep, seemed composed, so the fireflies were dreams, escaped from minds in repose. Thus the moonlight sheet music, by which the crickets played lyres, and the far mountains' gravestones, neath which worry expired. But to this tranquil setting, the tree felt unsuited, his heart all run through, from contentment secluded. With no conscious ground, the tree's mind melancholy did doze, yet, alas, to seek rest was a folly. Yet the folly was sought, till sore wearied was his mind, and his thought blank and nameless, like a word undefined. 'Twas there, it was then, there was no then nor there, for the tree who felt void, dismal beyond repair. And his thoughts, they did snake in this place alien, and they coiled, they uncurled, and they circled again. Now still, oh how still, slept the field oh so foreign, while his serpent of thought yet refused to be shortened. Some laid out, while the earth slept most sound. There came then a movement, awake and unbound, and it pulled the tree forth from the back of his mind, and solemnity smote with a hand warm and kind. Yes, warm and strong, moved it swift and life-giving, known but unseen, like a legend now living. Twas the wind which had come down from heaven, and had roamed o'er the earth and the seas, yea, all seven, which now carried with it all good sense in creation, ocean salt, soil, fire, and all sweet vegetation. And the grasses all danced as the herald of its coming, as the tree's heart gave a curious skip for their humming. And the wind, ere it returned to whence it come from, it flew up through the tree for its branches to strum. And the same did it strum on the strings of his heart, sounding life into it with a marvelous start. And on those self-same strings sounded desperate thrill, hung he by them suspended in a musical trill. All his foliage whirled and his whole body swayed, as his gaze was pulled up past his branches arrayed. All glory, all grace were the stars which he'd seen, up amidst the dark clouds shone the causeway between. The tree then could see, without doubt or mistake, that this path was the way that the wind was to take. So determined he then of the wind to take hold, began to shake the dirt wherein he'd grown since of old. As he groaned with desire, lest on earth he remain, he awoke sinews wooden with a great wrenching strain. And he stretched out his limbs, and he spread out his leaves, for to be raptured up with the glorious reprieve. So with longing he wept in the wind's deluge so great, that his tears fell not far ere moonlight turned them to plate. So the silver rained down from his boughs all around, and did sparkle its worth all the way to the ground. His heart skipped a beat whilst his thick roots did quake, nay, his heart skipped full measures, until finally he spake. Wind, I have dreamt, and I know of thy road, and mine own have I tread with an uneven go. So I pray, hope of hopes, that I might be so light, liberated from living this long, restless night. So heed ye stars, and do lend me thy ear, and I plead ye draw nigh my petition to hear. I wish to know rest, and I wish to speak joy, that my heart not lie discarded like some old broken toy. Since that now to my friends it can lend only weight, I pray that within warmth and wisdom might mate, then in heart and in thrive. Now the tree laughed through his tears, to know a true beauty and love without fear. But this world casts down love, and it cuts out its tongue, then vanquishes sonnets that yet might have sung from the lover words sweet of his beloved's name. So I pray, let me up, for my soul I've to gain. But this world I want not, for it's foul and unclean, filled with derisive speech and deceptions obscene. Such say we live for banquet and taking what's ours, for carving out names among princes and powers, for to keep a tight hold on all that we possess, for to feast and to drink and be filled to excess. But this world with its guile hath tipped over my cup. So I plead, let me up, let me up, let me up! This plea the tree repeated, which he shouted to the stars, as the air swirled and echoed his voice high and far, as he strove to take hold of the wind in his hands, and to be pulled up out of a diminished land. Just when it seemed that that land might give way, the tree was pulled down into renewed dismay. For 'twas then the wind lessened, and its tail passed him through, with a rustle small and quiet on the leaves through which it blew. And the last of it passed through the clouds as they closed, leaving night now much darker than when it was proposed. Now in still and in quiet, the tree's branches limp and dim, his heart cracked, disassembled, and laid round about him. Now his mind dared not stop, and his heart dared not move, lest his mind not come back, and his heart be reproved for possessing such great and such fervent desire, which would now in turn drown in an unquenchable mire. Then a moment, and past one moment more, until, lo, came a sound he'd heard not long before, save that now 'twas more silent, audible only just, and it felt of the colour of passion and trust. 'Twas a small gust of wind that now brushed on his bark, and had now come back down, sweetly whispering, "Hark! Let thy heart be not troubled, but hearken, my friend, for I hear thee, and will come unto thee again. And thence wilt the stars part the clouds where within thou wilt take root, and light shan't be so clandestine. Till then, hold my promise, my joy hold thou tight, and thou wilt not be captive, but thy soul kept aright. I make thee a king of this ground, so don't forfeit thy scepter, but live well thy role to this earth, afore thou hast left her. Every day till I lift thee, I'll come whisper true. Just let thy heart grasp it, then it will strengthen and soothe. Thou need not live deep in shadow and toil. Be freed and refreshed as I breathe through thy soul. Just wait and remember, I'll come back for thee. Oh thirsting, oh wishing, my beloved tree. Before the tree could speak, the wind had departed, and now standing there silent, his way he had charted. Then with his drooping branches he swept up his heart, and he set it together in its various parts. As it began to mend, he stared up at the sky, gazing past the clouds, knowing that which they belied. And from his fractured heart, casting out fading fears, flooded love and conviction, and he spake then with tears. I've heard thy true promise, and thy loving warning. Yea, for thee I shall wait, more than watchmen for morning.